I'm heated. NXT, we gotta talk again. So, if you've seen the previous two videos I've done on the Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament, well, it's going to go from 2 to 3. It's about to be a trilogy. What's up, guys? It's me, Alan. I'm back with another video, and I've got shit to say regarding how this tournament has played out, specifically tonight with the final and the aftermath. Sit back, relax. You're getting a rant out of me. This is going to be something. So, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future uploads, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you haven't seen the previous two videos I've done on the tournament, I'll link those down in the description below. But let's get into this. So, the main event of NXT tonight was the Dusty Rhodes Women's Classic Tag Team Tournament final between Io and KLR, Io Shirai and Kaylee Ray, and Wendy Choo and Dakota Kai. Now, I've said already that I was pissed that Kacy and Kayden lost 2 weeks ago to Io and KLR and weren't in the finals. I wanted them to be in the finals. Now, what else did we see there? Well, earlier in the night, Cora and Raquel lost because Toxic Attraction interfered, took out Raquel, and then Wendy and Dakota beat Cora. So, what happened later that night? Cora attacked Mandy, and it would be announced that Cora would face Mandy for the NXT Women's title at Stand and Delivered. That would come the following week, last week, after Cora tried to do what KLR did before her and tried to take Toxic Attraction out of the situation to get to Mandy, but Mandy kicked her ass, and then Gigi and Jaycee showed up. So, with all of that being said, what happened? Well, Io and KLR won. So, on paper, before anything else happened, the moment I saw that that had happened, I was already pissed. Because, again, why? Why? And then we got the answer to that. Io and KLR are not going for the NXT Women's Tag Titles. They said, to hell with that, we're taking our title shot and parlaying that to challenge Mandy for her title, making the Mandy and Cora match at Stand and Deliver a fatal four-way between Mandy, Cora, Io, and Kaylee Ray. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. From a creative standpoint, that is actually a genius move to do that. I didn't even know they could do that. Granted, they've only been doing the Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament for the last couple of years. I think this is like the third one that they've done. The men's one's been going for longer. So, I did not know that they could do that because we've never seen anybody from the men's tournament do that. So, this is actually, in a way, a genius move. The problem is, or the problem that I have, is you robbed the only full-time women's tag team that you have left in your women's tag division in NXT, not counting the champions, in order to do it, to get to that point. And you're probably going to ask, well, what happened to Indy and Persia? Well, the answer to that is they got broken up because Persia got in cahoots with Duke Hudson, and Duke Hudson tried to run roughshod between Indy and Dexter. And I wouldn't be surprised if next week we get an announcement regarding that, set of couples in which Indy and Dexter take on Persia and Duke at Stand and Deliver. But that's besides the point. The point is, Kacy and Kayden are the only dedicated tag team you have left in your women's tag division in NXT, not counting the champions, unless Dakota and Wendy is going to continue to be a thing from here on out. Granted, there's a couple of other ones. Lash and Amari is not a thing anymore. That was just for the tournament. Yulissa and Valentina may still end up being a tag team moving forward. We haven't seen them in a bit, so I have no idea. And then the others, well, no, because Cora and Raquel lost in round 2 because Raquel got taken out and allegedly is injured, and according to Cora. And the other one, which was Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley, or whatever her name is, well, Ivy got pissed at Tatum, so there you go. But I understand where this is all coming from. I understand the decision making here. And again, from a creative standpoint, taking your tag title shot and making a fatal 4-way match for the NXT women's title out of it, I get it. Especially considering that Cora's probably going to lose to Mandy if it's one-on-one. Like, no offense to Cora, I think she's great. I think she can be something, a champion for sure. The problem is she needs more time. She's not quite championship ready yet. Like, I don't even think she has a dedicated finisher at this point. So give her a little more time, give her a little more seasoning, and then put the belt on her later on. But that being said, what do you do about the tag titles now? I'm going to be very interested to see what they do next week. My argument would be, I think the tag title shot might default to Wendy and Dakota because they lost in the final, but Io and KLR aren't going to go for the tag titles. But if that's what that ends up happening, then you better have Kacy and Kayden show up and demand to be a part of that match because they had to lose to Io and KLR for Io and KLR to even get to the finals. And they could make the argument that they should have been in the finals because they are the only tag team that you have left, not counting the champions, that is an actual tag team in that division that competed in that tournament. Again, unless you're willing to keep Wendy and Dakota a thing from a tag team standpoint. Now, another thing I need to bring up real quick, and I cannot confirm or deny said sentiments, but I did see this, so I want to bring it up. Somebody mentioned that Gigi might be injured, allegedly. Saying, Gigi is injured, ? IDK if that's true. I've only seen one person say it. Somebody else pointed out, I've seen a couple of people on her Instagram post say that she is. And of course wondering how she may have gotten injured. And somebody else mentioned that that might be the reason why Gigi stayed back when Mandy and JC went after Cora, Io, and KLR at the end of NXT tonight. If Gigi is actually injured, and again, I cannot confirm nor deny said sentiments, but if she is, that adds another wrinkle to this tag title match, whatever it ends up being when we get to Stand and Deliver. Because do you still have Gigi and JC retain even if Gigi's potentially hurt? Like, I get keeping all of the gold on them, but now that Io and KLR are in that fatal 4-way, are going to be most likely in that match, making it a fatal 4-way between them, Cora, and Mandy, I wouldn't be surprised if either Io or KLR dethrone Mandy. Probably KLR because she was the last one to face Mandy for the tag title, for her title, in a match. That being said, with all of that being said, just, again, I understand the decision making here, but I fucking hate it because Kacy and Kayden should have been in the final. They should have won the fucking tournament, and they should be the ones challenging Gigi and JC for the NXT women's tag titles at Stand and Deliver and winning them because that would be revenge for Gigi and JC literally debuting as Toxic Attraction alongside Mandy Rose at Kacy and Kayden's expense. Go back to the very end of the Black and Gold era and the very beginning of the 2.0 era because it fucking happened. Not even joking. There's history there. Kacy and Kayden should win those fucking tag titles at Stand and Deliver. My guess is Fatal 4-Way, Mandy, Cora, Io, KLR gets confirmed as either tonight or next week, whatever. And next week, if you're going to default to Wendy and Dakota because they lost in the final, Kacy and Kayden demand to be in the match. They get put in the match, probably having to beat Wendy and Dakota to do it. I don't know how you want to go about that. But Kacy and Kayden get put in the match, and it's Gigi and JC defending the titles against Kacy and Kayden and Wendy and Dakota. Kacy and Kayden win the women's tag titles, and Toxic Attraction goes home without any of the titles, and we get to see what happens the following NXT. That's how I do it. Bottom line, make it happen. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.